Welcome to AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter, and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show that brings you the best press releases out of the small cap world every morning at the open, so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe even find your next great small cap investment. Now, it's Wednesday, December the 5th. I'm back after being out for a week. Paul's filled in, did a great job, but I'm back with 5 great press releases today, and I want to start you off first with China Organic Agriculture, trades on the US OTC under the stock symbol CNOA. And if you've been watching this show, you know how much we really like these up-and-coming Chinese small-cap companies. And it looks like China Organic Agriculture has got some great news. They're expanding guidance for both revenue and profits going forward. Listen to these numbers. First of all, what do? China Organic is among the largest producers of organic rice in China. That pretty much says it all. Upwardly revising guidance on revenue to increase to approximately $45 million for calendar year 2007. That's a 500% increase over the $9 million they did for the same period last year. On the earnings side, they're projecting earnings of more than $14 million. That's about 29 cents per share in earnings for the calendar year 2007. That's an increase of approximately 410%. Those are great numbers, both from a numbers point of view and from a percentage growth point of view. The company closed yesterday $3.22. So if we're gonna look at the 29 cents per share in earnings, the company's trading right now at a multiple of 13 times earnings. Not a bad multiple when you talk about mature businesses, but when you got a fast growth company like this, 13 times earnings is actually looked upon as pretty cheap. So you may have some great value here, and no doubt this is going to be a company that's going to grow for years if it keeps executing. It's a great business to be in. Next up, Exousia Advanced Materials also trades on the US OTC under the stock symbol EXOU. Now, this is an AGORACOM client. We have to disclose that, but this press release is great, and the news stands on its own. The company just completed a highly successful U.S. Department of Commerce sponsored trade mission to China, and they achieved some pretty great things. They received a significant commitment to purchase its RPA, which is a rubber plastic alloy resin, as well as executing a major distribution agreement to sell industrial coatings in a prime industrial region. They've got a lot of great highlights from the trade mission. The one that we want to really highlight here, though, and then you go take a look at the rest of them, is they received a 4 million pound commitment for RPA resin from EXOU of Chongqing in central China. What do? EXOU is a manufacturer of motorcycles, ATVs, and jet skis for both the Chinese and international markets. This deal here, this purchase commitment, represents potentially $6 million in revenue. That's a great number for one trade mission over a 2-week period. Obviously, Exousia's got a great product that's meeting great demand in China. You may want to take a closer look. The company closed yesterday at $1. Next up, going back to the Canadians market, Timmins Gold trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the stock symbol TMM. They announced additional high-grade results from their surface and underground sampling program. That's at their Tequila Gold project in Mexico. That's 70 kilometers north of Guadalajara. Now, this is a historical mining district where high-grade gold and silver veins have been exploited since the Spanish colonial period. So you've got great history where they're at here. Assays returned 40 grams per ton of gold and 100 grams per ton of silver over an average of 2.4 meters. Big numbers. In addition, the channel sampled the newly discovered La Gaviota vein and received assays of 12.67 grams per ton of gold across 1.5 meters. Now, that is approximately 100 meters west of the Vida Grande, where channel sampling returned assay values of 13.32 grams per ton of gold across 1.5 meters and 43.8 grams per ton of gold across 2.5 meters. This is significant because the area is directly above drill hole number 1 from their upcoming program. And what is that program? They're commencing a first phase 1,200-meter diamond drill program. The company closed yesterday at 80 cents. So it looks like they got great news, and there's more to come. They're in motion. Next up, Cariboo Resources on the TSX Venture Exchange under CRB, as well as a joint press release with Fjordland Exploration, also on the venture under the stock symbol FEX. This is news about hole number 79. This is the 4th hole into the newly discovered southeast zone at their Wood Jam property. And listen to this, they've intersected 207.5 3.45 meters of copper molybdenum mineralization. This was drilled as a follow-up hole to hole number 78, which is about 3 meters away, which is about 3 meters from 79, which was lost at bedrock but encountered mineralization. The Wood Jam venture is 60% owned by Fjordland and 40% by Cariboo. And finally, Cathay Forest Products trades on the TSX Venture Exchange on the stock symbol CFZ, another company in China that we like. They signed an agreement to develop 3,300 hectares of poplar in the Yangtze province in China. The initial planting program is scheduled to begin in the spring of 2008. What does the company do? They're a forest products company managing standing timber properties and developing fast-growth, high-yield poplar plantations in both China and Russia. This poplar is intended to be used as a feedstock for one of the largest paper companies in China. You got to like news like that. Their customer base includes a domestic Chinese pulp and paper industry, as well as harvesting customers serving a variety of wood product industries. You know, if you can supply wood product to China over the long term, you're probably going to do very, very well. The company closed yesterday at $1.25. That's trading in the mid-range of its one-year trading range. That's a wrap for the day. Some great press releases from both sides of the border, as well as some far-reaching international contracts in there, so we really like the news out today. As always, if you're looking for more great small cap news, don't forget about the AGORACOM marketplace. We've got close to 80 small cap companies divided up by industry and exchange, so you can find the ones best suited for your portfolio. That's a wrap for the day. Have a fantastic day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.